doggies to get everything. Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. We'll begin in 40 seconds.
Don't catch no feelings. I come through with the style that's always prevented. From the block like the TikTok don't stop. I was at shorty, you know she was non-stop. I had the hot clot, chilling like a real god. Everybody know Big One was a show shot. You get high with the Don, here's the real supply. You get high with the Don, here's the real supply. It goes on and on, ain't no fucking questions why. The gangster of love, get the real fucking supply. What? She came through, giving me more than I could.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. And tonight, I'm proud to have back Wesley Keith Mullings. And if you're not familiar with who Wesley Keith Mullings is, he's basically a trademark class guru that we set up and we have over in Telegram. So if you're still interested in getting a registered trademark and you don't know how to do it, you need a class, and he's got it from just fundamental first step all the way to the very end, everything that you need to do. So, yeah, I'm proud to have him back on the show. I've had him on before. He's been around the movement for a hot minute, and I would gather to say, without putting words in his mouth, that he's probably, been down the same roads that I have. Most of us have. Some of us have taken a different road to get to the same destination, but we're there. So I noticed that Keith had a new program, and I inquired about it, and he says, "Hey, here's what we got." According to Keith, it's legal in 44 states. And we can cover which 6 that it's not. That'll probably be much easier than covering the 44 that are, as well as Puerto Rico, because I asked about Puerto Rico specifically, whether it was good in the territorial possessions of the United States of America, and that's what I received. So the music that I had playing in, not the rock music, I'm going to change that up, but the other one, Take the Day Off, that's by my buddy Pinche Juan C, as he says he is, but that's Juan C. Vasquez, my local friend, Houston independent movie producer, writer, actor, director, screenplay writer. He does the whole shebang. And I knew he rapped because we've done 2 music videos together. I had no idea he had a catalog. And he's got quite the talented, creative person. So, yeah, you never know what happens when you take somebody out and you're the designated driver, so they can get as bombed as they want. And you know what they say, loose lips sink ships. So it was one of those show me things. But that's a new intro. I'm going to dig into some more of his music, utilize it in my show. Me and YouTube are going back and forth on copyright issues, but I was like, hey, here's this cell phone calling. I'll holler at you later, YouTube. So without further ado, let me bring on our esteemed guest, and I hope you get some education out of this. Hope you learn something. This may or may not be for you. We're going to find out. If you have any questions, leave them over here in the comments, because I don't want you to go away from this video without, asking a question to Keith, figuring out what this is really all about. Obviously, it covers renters insurance, homeowners insurance, auto insurance, as well as, I believe, the full spectrum of health, which would be eyes, dental, and health. And let's bring the man on himself. Wesley Keith Mullings, how you doing, sir?
Greetings, my brother. How's it going, Floyd?
It's going great, man. Just doing my thing every day. You know, it's the grind.
There it is. There it is. Oh,
It
I'm
is.
excited tonight, man.
Well,
So
good.
there's a lot to share. I'm excited with everything that I've been able to assist people with, starting with you know, going way back, how to travel properly, freely. This is a graduation into that, with the being able to show uh, financial responsibility, as it is called in the law, where we're talking about auto insurance.
And
Go ahead.
clarify that for folks because most people think, oh, I have to have insurance, but the actual legal term is maintain or proof of financial
Financial
responsibility.
responsibility. Yes,
There you
that's
go.
it. That's what it is called in the law. So that way, we're able to accomplish what the law is dictating without falling into colloquialisms that, people just, oh, well, I just know it's called insurance. So this is a way to show that proof and to actually have something that the law can actually use. So we're not outside of compliance, which is the most important thing here. So being able to do that, um, the trademark is always an ace up the sleeve, or what I call a big joker. So we've got we've got everything that is necessary. So, and there are a lot of people who are, after having a bad experience with either, a government agent or agency, oh, I just want to be left alone. Hey, we got you covered. We've got you covered. So being able to offer this financial responsibility, whether it's auto or homeowner or even renter, which to be able to have yourself covered as a renter, oh man, I'm just too excited about being able to do this. And then of course, healthcare,
That's
something that has been
huge.
plaguing us all for what, 16 years at least.
Healthcare will be the number one expenditure of the federal government in the next decade.
Yeah. So this has a great opportunity to level the playing field, right the scales, balance the books, whatever way you want to say it, is a real opportunity to get that done. So I'm very
Okay.
excited about it.
Um, I don't have any questions yet. So let's walk through this. Do you want to go through the auto insurance, what that looks like by
Sure.
category, or
Absolutely.
do you want to explain the whole thing? I you know, I do this with my guests when I contact them on the phone, and they'll start telling me everything about it. And I'm like, hold up. I want to be fresh on the show. So I don't want you to have to repeat everything to me. So that way, I'm just as curious as my audience. So
Oh, sure, sure.
yeah, that's
I'm
where
all
I'm
for
at.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me get myself set up real quick.
I'm talking more
And
to the audience than I am to you, Leslie.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Just so they
Nothing
understand.
wrong there. Let's see,
Let me
can I
see if
move
I
this?
have your. Man, I've been so busy. Whoops, wrong one.
Let's see. I think I gotta move this to,
Make sure another tab.
oops.
Look over here.
Okay, there we go. And then I'll do the
There
slideshow
it is.
there. So when I do present, share the screen. Okay. Okay, I think that is the screen I need to share. Okay. Healthcare. Okay, all the same stuff here. We're good there. Now, oh, let me say something really quick. With the stackability of the real estate bonds, when it comes to being able to um, recover from whatever has happened, let's say it was a catastrophe, complete loss on the property. By having double the value of the property, you're able to completely rebuild that property on your own dime without having to come to a bank for a loan or a second mortgage or any other financial trap that might have you more committed or doubly committed on a property that before you didn't pay for yet. You're able to satisfy everything out the gate. This principle we want to maintain when it comes to using this for the auto insurance, homeowners and renters insurance, and you're going to see very soon dealing with healthcare. So let's continue. We already went over the financial sovereignty portion, making sure that you have independent control and oversight, aligning with the UCC and other financial governances so that people will be able to utilize this without any problems. And again, by avoiding premiums, deductibles, copays, so that way you're not coming out of pocket, number one, and you're able to get the health care you need, number two. And you have direct access through control of those funds that have been deposited without having to worry about a third party company that's more interested in, their investors than the people who are covered. These bonds are $5 million a piece. They are stackable. So if in case you have someone with a pre-existing condition or they're experiencing some kind of healthcare challenge that demands more coverage or more funding, you're able to double, triple that $5 million for the 10 years. Again, we said it multiple times, no premiums, no copays, no networks. Oh, I didn't say that. No networks, no restrictions. There's a lot of people who, yeah, I need healthcare, but I don't like doing the over-counter stuff, or I want to avoid surgeries. You're able to get into whatever healthcare you see fit for yourself and for your family, regardless of what it is.
So if you needed some type of alternative therapy they don't offer here in the States, and you have to go to Europe or Australia, Japan, even China for that therapy, it could pay for first class round trip accommodations, meals, the whole nine.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Wow.
And you got $5 million to work with on it.
Right. And, you and I were up in age. We're not youngsters any longer. And
I'm fighting it, though.
Yeah. My parents have passed away, but there are still people our age who parents are around. Now they're going through these, horrible illnesses, dementia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, diabetes, strokes that debilitate them to the point where some of them cannot be left alone. They just can't be left alone. There has to be somebody there with them all the time.
Yes.
Either it's a family member, now it's a caretaker, or sometimes these parents have to be put in some type of facility to take care of them because you just don't have the money, the time, the people, whatever.
Yep.
This looks like a perfect opportunity for those folks who are having to endure, and I have so many friends that they're going through this. David Nino Rodriguez, his parents are both going through dementia. and he deals with it, all day, every day. He has to live his life around, them going through dementia. And, for somebody of his stature to see that, happen,
it's heartbreaking.
He's changing their diapers, and, it's, I don't know if that realistically, but that's where it's going to get down to.
Sure.
Because they forget they need to take a shower or a bath, or get their hair cut, brush their teeth.
Yes.
They're just not in their program anymore. It's really sad. One of my best buddies just went through this with his mom. He'd come over here and, hey man, can I chill on your couch? And knock yourself out. Rather see you there than in jail for somebody misinterpreting your mom having an episode outside and thinking that there's domestic abuse going on.
Right.
It's horrifying, because
it's the truth.
I was waiting for him, to end up in jail, and I'm having to bail him out for domestic abuse of his mom, which I knew to be the opposite. She was the one accusing him because she just didn't know any better.
Right.
So for those of you who are going through that, this is something that take a long look at it. Are we finished with the presentation on this, or do you have more?
Almost. Still a little bit to go. All right. Because I'm going to tell you, there's a very, very exciting climax to this, right? We already went over several times that you're not going to deny yourself on any claims that you're familiar with. All right. The public-private partnership, it provides institutional security and oversight, so people can be confident in this kind of program. You got jurisdictional independence, a treaty-compatible structure, so that if you operate by treaty, the structure of how this works still works within that treaty without having to enter the commercial space for that people usually would have to jump into in order to experience healthcare here. You're maintaining your self-determination, and it preserves the wealth that you are giving to the states.
And if that was over your head, don't worry about it right now. You'll learn it later once you learn more of this. So don't get stuck on that. Just continue on.
Right. Okay. So intergenerationally, you can have your descendants have it structured so that your descendants can actually have something to work with in case you become incapacitated or as you pass on. We're going to go into that a little further. Micronations. You're able to maintain your sovereignty, but still experience healthcare without having to rely on the United States. You're able to maintain your diplomatic recognition and opportunity. You're able to have your entire community protected. And showing, because of these bonds that are being deposited, showing an economic independence so that you truly can show proof that you are an actual micronation. And the framework is customizable. Doesn't have to be a one-size-fit-all. If your structure is slightly different, or your governance for your micronation has certain provisions or avoids certain things, this can fit that as well. Universally, this is a very simple process and a simple expression of it. It definitely is the best at transparency. You're able to be sure of the cost. Remember, with the real estate, it was $850 per million. With the auto bond, it was $2,500. With healthcare, is $4,150 per $5 million. So if you have to double, triple that, of course, you have to double and triple this particular amount. And there's a complete elimination of middlemen. All right. And you're able to always maintain peace of mind when it comes to how this is administered, its existence, and even if it expires, to be able to have peace of mind that the state is going to be pleased with doing business with you. So it's minimal paperwork to get this done. It can be set up very quickly. And of course, being stackable shows that you can multiply the coverage from 5 million, 10 million, 15, 20, whatever it is that you need. Being able to contract with the Treasury directly shows that you're using an established and confident governmental institution as far as being able to not just hold the funds, but being able to pay out or disperse whatever's necessary from those bonds. Working within legal structures, existing legal structures, is always going to be, you know, an addition to that confidence. And this is the biggest climax I've ever seen in my life. You, with this healthcare program, this is the only health insurance, life insurance product that can cover your final expenses. So end of life, hospice, even after the funeral is over with, if you need additional support for family members for bereavement, you're able to have these bonds pay this out. And those funds will be available. Again, being that it's built, this is set up on a trust, you're not dealing with probate. You're not waiting on lawyers or courts. You're able to get those funds to your loved ones immediately. No other insurance product can do this.
And all this is written into the trust language in
Yes.
the different documents. And
Yes.
I have a trust that has all this built into it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
So that way, this is going to cover not just while you're here, but even as you've left here. So we mentioned immediate family support for bereavement, estate settlement, debt resolution, relocation assistance if that's necessary, ongoing memorial maintenance. These are things that these bonds are able to continue doing even after you've left. You don't have to worry about inflation. You don't have to worry about premium lapses. You don't have to worry about costs or fluctuations in costs. You have a flexible usage based on what your experience is or what your family is going to experience. And then, of course, with excess funds, you can have a set amount of that excess that goes to beneficiaries. And at the end of everything, yes, the state still does get their minimum with no issues. Administratively, you got quicker claims processing, minimal documentation, direct provider payments, no exclusion periods. And with the exclusion periods, I forgot about that. I had to go through that one time where, you put in a claim, but you put it in too early. We're excluding this period. You got to go through this, that, and the other before you can put in this claim. You won't have that.
Okay.
Right. And you're able to cross jurisdictions. So let's say you have a family member or you yourself, you weren't born here. You were born in a different country. and you want to have those services in that country, you could have the funding necessary to have your funeral where you came from without any issues and without having to put up a GoFundMe to get anything done. Special circumstances. So, private status individuals, I mean, clearly we don't want to, those of us who are in that position, we don't want to be dragged back into the statutory existence. We want to be able to maintain self-governance. Those of us who are observing cultural and religious accommodations, you'll have the funds necessary to get stuff done without having to go to your community or even your own family to say, hey, we need to put money together to do X, Y, and Z. This allows for certain things, green burial options. I know that there was, what was it? I think there was one for some people want to be a part of a tree pod or one of the other alternative burial methods. And then, of course, you have memorial alternatives so that if you want to have a legacy memorial or some other thing that's, I guess, atypical, you'll be able to plan those things out and have them funded without having to worry about going to anyone to maintain it. Brief counseling, legacy preservation, dependent transition support. Those loved ones, whether they're minors or not, if you want to give them support after your passing, you're able to do so. Memorial event funding, if you want to maintain anniversaries or other remembrances, or continued education, so that if you do have dependents that were depending on you for, say, their education while you were around, you can continue that support, that financial support, even as you passed on. So, with a one-time funding of getting these bonds created and deposited, no, you don't have to worry about health questions. You don't have to worry about the availability or having a question about, oh, well, when can I start using this? And it's flexible in ways that you couldn't even imagine yet. But this healthcare insurance or healthcare assurance, we're able to experience healthcare in ways that were not conceivable until today. We probably still won't be able to conceive the extent of what we can do with this, probably for another 5-10 years. At least that's my projection of it. So that is the presentation, and I'm really looking forward to helping people when it comes to getting this started. Let me stop sharing. There we go. So it's very exciting to be able to offer this and to be able to see how when we all start putting these things together in all of the states that we're in, to be able to actually be a part of a new wave that would actually turn around this economy.
You and I are so going to talk. Not tonight. We'll talk tomorrow.
Not a problem.
Yeah, it's already too late. I don't want to. Yeah, this is something you and I can work on together.
Sure.
Sounds like you're a kindred spirit. May even reach out to James C. Lovett, who is Mr. Micronation
Oh yeah.
with a little bit of cut.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'd be great to talk to him again.
We'll see if we can put together a little round table
Oh yeah,
and kick it here.
absolutely.
Yeah. We'll get that going for sure. I'm just getting back into putting guests back on the show. I'm going back old school,
Okay.
trying to stay away from all the riffraff and the fakers and shakers. You know what I mean? Those
Absolutely.
people that, yeah, it sucks. There's very few people that have been in this for the long haul.
Right.
Yusuf L's popping back on with
Yeah.
some blockbuster videos over on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you guys, haven't had a chance to check him out, he, I don't know if I don't know what kind of hiatus he has been on, but he's popped back on. You know how he is.
Oh yeah.
Start rolling 3, 4, 5 hour videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I've noticed that he's starting to kick up some more dust again.
Yeah, and Eon's out there cranking. So there's
yeah.
a handful of us out there, that are just, we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to do it honor, clean hands, and good faith.
That's
we don't
right.
waste anybody's time, money, and energy because that's so precious. It's so difficult to get back.
Yes.
You know how I roll on my show. I do everything, man, by divinity. I don't.
There you go.
Anything. I threw the keys to God and said, "Man, look, dude, all I do is drive and get in a wreck."
That's it. That's it.
So you drive, keep me out of wrecks, and as long as I ask for your guidance, I'm going to be blessed every day. And every day is a new adventure for me. And I do get blessed with new material, new things. I did a show several days ago with Tawana Downing.
Oh yeah.
They texted me this morning, and I was in disbelief. Where's it at? Here it is. They texted me, "Hey, your interview clips are approaching 100,000 views."
Wow. Wow.
100,000. Where?
Yeah.
Where am I getting that kind of traction? And I'm waiting for the reply, but yeah, that blew me away.
Yeah.
So, that's not why I'm here. I'm not looking for viral videos because
Right.
I have dozens of them, but I don't. So there's a reason that they don't go viral. And
right.
It's not for lack of content. Trust me.
Exactly.
It's because of the content.
Right. Which it should be.
Yeah. It is what it is. We all thought Trump was going to come in here and crack down on all social media platforms and get them where they would operate and honor good faith and clean hands. But no, they had no accountability. So how does anybody get started on this? Do we go to the website over here?
Yes.
The self-insurance services?
Yes.
Okay. I have that. So I just wanted to make sure I was at the right place before I pop it up on the screen.
That gets everything started.
Right here, correct?
That's it. That's exactly it.
And as you scroll, warning, first thing. So don't come in here sideways, please.
Because I'll tell you this, I'll be completely transparent with this. The reason why we don't want to deal with commercial activities or trying to replace commercial insurance is bad enough that the insurance industry very well may take a hard hit because they will not have a comparable product to offer individuals and families. They're going to take a huge hit on that. If we take everything from them to say, including commercial, there's going to be a target on everyone here's back and head to say, hey, you got a lobby group that's really pissed off that you took all their money from them. So this is an effort to not try to gobble everything up. We're just dealing with individuals and families. That's it. Private individuals.
All right.
So as long as we stay in that lane, I don't think they're going to be able to complain at all. We're creating our own niche.
Okay. There's a lot of sensitive information right here. Social security number, social security back. This is your alphanumerical character in red ink
Yes,
on the back of your
that's
social
right.
security card. That's what we're talking about here. If you have a TDA account, that's a Treasury direct account, you would put the number here. And if you have a trust EIN for a non-interest bearing bank account for a trust and not for any other entity, go here, etc., etc. Now, all this information right here that is requested to purchase one or all of these items, where does that information go?
That only stays with me. I do not transmit that to anybody. I don't care who it is.
All right. Do you have a contract people can read prior to initializing this, or does that pop up, or do you have a
There
terms and
is,
conditions?
yeah, there's a terms and conditions that that is shared once they complete the form to
Okay.
let them know we're not giving this information to nobody. And I don't care who it is.
All right. Next question. Excuse me. Do you offer a package deal? So if you wanted to get all three of these, is there a discount?
I can definitely give a discount. The only thing that I would say I got to work out how much of a discount when it comes to how this is going to play out. Because when I try to do this kind of programmatically, it doesn't play out the way I need it to play out. So I have to interact with whoever it is to say, oh, you're getting this plus X amount of this and X amount of the third, to say, okay, well, I'm going to discount you this amount in order to facilitate the transaction. Because two things, I know that there's, for most people, there are limits on how much they can spend on a single transaction, and I have to be able to accommodate that. Second, whenever I do give a discount, well, the value is already there. I'm not worried about not being able to give the value. Honestly, I think it's too much value. But when it comes to a discount, if somebody is really needing a discount, we could discuss how much of a discount would actually be realized, regardless of whatever's done.
Could somebody pay up front, let's just say credit card, and then once the bond is established, then make a claim on the bond to pay for the initial premium?
You
Pay
could.
off the credit card?
Again, you wouldn't say no to you.
I told you guys you're going to fall in love with you. So basically, you would just need to get a credit card for what is that, $3,000?
About.
If you want to get auto, or $5,000 if you want to get health care, get you one for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 grand if you want to get all of them. Now, on the discount, exactly what he was discussing, because the healthcare bonds and the renters and homeowners insurance are both stackable, that these numbers can change, and definitely this one quite a bit. That's
Yes.
$8,500 compared to $4,000, which is a huge difference when you start crunching these numbers.
Exactly.
So he can't just come in here and say, okay, I'm going to give you 50% off, healthcare, and then you come in here and get 60 bonds. That was hypothetical, and it was over exaggerated for a purpose.
Sure. That's fine. That's fine.
So every client is going to be different. Is this just yourself? Are you the sole person that people will interact with, or do you have a team,
There
or
is a team.
are you going to grow? Okay.
We've already because I can't come. I'm an ideas guy, but I can't put everything together.
Can't
But
do it
as
all.
far as right, but as far as the presentation, yes, I'm doing all the primary presentations at the moment. I
Okay.
do have other partners that are active right now, and
Okay.
they are gearing themselves up to make the same kinds of presentations. So we already started out with a team. The team is going to grow. I expect it to grow. I don't want to be the only one doing this, to be honest. So
There's
we're looking for more as well.
there's what, 360 to 80 million people in the United States.
Sure, sure. And I have no problem with partnering with 360 million people just to get this, done.
Or 360.
Hey, could be that. Could be that.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fractionalized percentage of that would be. Like
Oh man, it's going to
1
be
million.
phenomenal either way.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, the good thing is that because the laws already exist and because these offices already have these responsibilities, there's nothing new here.
Start from the beginning. Yeah. You gotta bust past, don't catch no feelings. I come through with the style that's always revealing. From the block like the tick-tock, don't stop. I was that shorty, she was non-stop. I had the hot pot, chilling like a real god. Everybody know Big Juan was a show shot. Yeah.
Thank you for hanging around after the show. I want to present to you Tailor Made Trust, featuring Ann LaFleur's Trust Series, available at tailormadetrust.com, as well as the fearlessfloydshow.com store. Here are a handful of the available trusts that can be built, custom tailored to your needs and desires. 25 different trusts, plus the DNA Trust Addendum. And as always, Ann LaFleur's classic trusts and ancillary classes, and also Ann's books on trust and specialty trust, which I also co-authored. If you'd like to get a class, a book, or have a trust custom built for you, always available at the fearlessfloydshow.com store. And I'll see you in the next show. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.